All right, I think we're live.
Hey everybody, we're here pulling some fall honey at one of our bee yards. This is Alan and David, and we're going to pull some honey. Hopefully there's some here. Anybody out there?
No, nobody's watching.
Give them a little smoke there, a little smoke up there.
No, we got one like, so somebody's watching.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if I can see comments on here or not. Well, we got one viewer and one like. Ernest commented me.
Hey. Hey Ernest, how you doing tonight?
He said good.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and whatever else you want to do. Alright, this is called a fume board. We're spraying it with some Honeybee Bandit, Honey Bandit, which basically is almond extract and other ingredients that they don't like, so they move down from the honey. Not all of them will, but a good majority of them will. Smells like almonds. Put this on and wait a couple minutes.
It has a vague hint of cyanide. And we've got, what, 3 to do? That one there should be the money maker. And then this is the one that was at the folks' house. And it looks like it's quite full of bees, so we'll see. Hold on.
Few in there.
There we go.
Still there?
Yeah.
Got some. Need that fan. A little bit longer in the area for them to escape. Instead of going down, they can come out.
Oh, the phone don't like being turned, it says orientation locked. It wants it like that.
Oh.
So I guess I gotta hold it. The tripod's not gonna work, I don't think, unless I change it. Hold on.
Yeah, it's got that thumb thing.
It's got the,
Turn out on it.
so I gotta turn this. There we go.
Beetle trap in there.
I think I might have the tripod working now. How's that look, everybody? Is it working now?
Who's all in tonight?
I don't know. It says 5 people and 3 likes.
There we go. It'll be worldwide soon. I was just noticing all the blue signs I saw on the side of the road coming down this way. Didn't see much of the other sides. I wonder what that means. Hopefully something good. Need that little mini fan. Put this forward. Fume board there again. See if that walks them out. So what we're trying to do is persuade them to leave.
Ernest said, did all your hives make it so far this year? We lost one here at this place to
One here
wax
to-
moths,
Yeah, it was
but
wax
four
moth.
of them, I mean 3 of them are still good. There were 4 here originally. I lost one of them.
Lost a couple to hive beetles, one in the late winter up our way, and one in the spring.
Yeah, but
And
it's been a weird year because as dry as it's been, and we didn't even have that many swarms this spring, really.
so
When, like none here at the farm, we didn't get any.
probably half the amount of honey as last year. Hopefully it's a little bit more, but it ain't gonna be. Come on, girls. Bye.
This is why Nicole needs to let me buy that Milwaukee cordless blower so I can just bring it here and blow equipment off and blow the bees out.
I don't know if any of our fans are interested in it. Take a little couple here and a couple there.
I saw the neighbors by the prison was doing his hives today. You mean the one up on the hill by where Mr. Shane used to live?
Okay.
That's what he had. He said the neighbor was doing the bees too. I think that's who he's talking about. As you can see, theirs right from the road. They're only right across the way up there.
Ready?
Yeah, he said yes.
I think we need to check on this one individually. There's no excluder. I just want to put it back in. That is welded in. There's one. There's like a glue at the end to keep things out. Unfortunately, that one's empty. It has a little bit of weight in it. I'm afraid the queen might be in here. I'm going to put them to the side and see.
We got a comment that says, wow, you can hear the bees. Yeah, you can hear them, and that's not even the big hive. When the big one gets opened up, you'll be able to hear it real good. There's a little bit of honey on the back side, and there's a good bit of honey. Well, I won't say a good bit, but there's some honey on the front.
Definitely a little bit. So we'll take it. And it's capped.
That looks like an older frame. It's awful dark, right? It means they've been walking on it quite a bit.
Yep.
Now this frame looks good just from me guessing, but I can't, you can see all the caps on there. We'll see once he gets it out what it looks like.
Oops. Want to start leaking. That's a pretty nice frame. Other than when I molded it up. This one's empty.
I didn't put anything in the end.
Nope, I think that's why I left that queen excluder off when I came here last time, because they weren't filling this one too well. So I want to make sure the queen ain't up in here. The bees, mainly just the workers. So what you can get is a robin, which can go from the other hives smelling this being open, and they just kind of come all in this area. Now see how that's purplish there? That's like chewing gum. You can actually chew it. It's resin that is from the trees that they
And they pull it out of
actually use.
sap of pine trees and stuff.
They
and
use
it
for antibiotics, kind of keep the hive well. That one side cap.
One side cap.
The other side's not. So, I think what they did was fill this next one up, which is their box to keep. And this one, they didn't get too much in it, but there is some.
Not a whole lot there.
Nope.
Looks like they only stayed in the bottom two.
And next year they'll be even stronger. It was probably a swarm from last year. Alright, calm down, girls. Anything else in that? I don't think there's anything in the other two. There's a little bit of beans.
Yeah, I don't see any caps.
Right. Put these back together and put the drop on this these. How many's out there now?
We got 7 people watching us,
7? Yeah.
which is probably more. Well, it went down to 6. That's probably more people than watch the actual regular videos.
Just give it to my wife.
Probably.
There'll be some propolis on this for somebody. The honey bandit works better in the sunlight, and we're shaded right now. It heats up a little bit and fumes off, and then makes get the gas better. Or the smell of it.
My brother says I always watch Wannabe Machinery Pete. I can't help it. I like going to farm auctions and spending money I'm not supposed to. Plus, somebody has to let the old man get a scrapple sandwich and a hot dog while he's there.
One in the back of the truck. Got a little bit of weight. Alright, what we're going to do is put an Apivor strip in for controlling the mites. And then take it out in about a month. And then the hive trap.
We use a type of oil, vegetable oil in there, right?
Yep.
And it drowns them little black hive beetles. I think you might have saw a couple running around here.
What I'm doing is squishing the hive beetles that may be hiding underneath the trap.
Yeah, he takes the edge of the tool there and smushes them.
And I only seen one so far on the honey. And you can see all the ones that have caught. And there's one around there that hasn't gone down the oil. Now he's gone. So there's some oil. I'll put just a little bit more. And you gotta be careful with it.
You don't want to get it on the bees.
Last time I did, I accidentally get too much. So just a little bit.
What was the old saying? A dab will do you?
Alright, so that they'll try to purplize because they won't like the smell of it. And put them right up.
Now you got leaf in there.
One.
There we go.
There's another hive beetle. Squish them. Looks like a little ladybug.
All right, this is the hive that was up at my folks' house from, well, it's been 2 years now. This is their second year.
Yeah, they should have, I think this one did a little bit of honey. You can hear them talking. Make sure the queen's not here.
There was a good bit of bees on this one this summer when they were
Some
out
hive
fanning
beetle.
it. When they were fanning the front of it, there was a lot of bees in this hive. Yeah, there's quite a few hive beetles right there. They were hiding underneath the lid.
And the bees are trying to keep them crowded, so basically we took them out of their area. They might have them in the corner one place. It looks like all of them. There's one.
I had that one glued down pretty good.
I don't see a queen in case she got in underneath the excluder. So, let's squirt it again with a honey bandit. And put that on and let that be. Any questions out there?
My mom asked what, but I'm pretty sure that was from me telling tales about
The sale?
the sail eats.
Oh. Once a hunter, always a hunter. I guess once a farmer, always a farmer.
See many drones in there, or are they pretty much kicked out by now? Because it's getting kind of
like
late.
ladies in there.
It's getting kind of late for any drones.
I might have seen one on the other one.
Well, if we do see a drone, I'll grab it barehanded and let them see me pick it up. Because you can play with a drone, it cannot sting.
So they basically have a job to do, and they're not interested in us. They want to get back to their job that they're doing. Now you can hear it buzzing.
You hear them sizzling, but they all went down from that smell.
There's not a lot there. They got this thing good. Oh my.
He's taking his tool and trying to separate between the two boxes on the seam. There it goes.
That side went.
There we go.
It's heavy.
Oh, it's dripping honey. So that piece there is a queen excluder. It means she can't come up and lay eggs any higher. So all they can do is put honey in the top bit.
So unless there's an entrance up top and another queen finds its way in, there shouldn't be any queens in this.
But from what I can see here, some of that looks like pretty full of honey. And surprisingly, we're doing all this work and they're not really even trying to sting us. They're not bothering us. Every once in a while you'll have one buzz by your bee suit, but for the most part they're more concerned about taking care of the hive than they are us opening it up.
Put the fume board on again with the honey bandit, try to force them out some. You don't want to use a lot of smoke when you're pulling honey. You only want to pull, give it a little puff or two when you go in the hive so that they know you're coming in. It kind of breaks the pheromones up. And if you over smoke a hive with pulling honey, you're going to get honey or smoke taste in your honey. A little bit, saying what's going on. So you spray around that area basically, and that helps. I think that's about the best we can get that one. Without that blower. Alright, put that in. And this is about 65 pounds, probably, or 50 pounds. 60. So then you take off the queen excluder because you don't need this during the winter. And I might leave it here on the outside so we can clean the honey up off of it and then pick it up at a later date. And everything's purpleized together. And like that. And then like that. See, they put that's all purplish there. So we put that right here. And they'll find that and clean it up. Let's see, we need a queen, maple bar, and hive top. Anybody else in there you don't recognize?
It says we got 5 people. The highest was 7. We're down to 5.
Where's it gonna fit? Put this there. Alright. In this direction. So I got one buzz in my ear. I can hear that.
Yeah, I've got a couple of them now.
So they're just telling you, hey, stay away. They're not bumping us or anything, which is another aggressive part that they do.
And what is, if you smell bananas, it's time to go?
Bananas ain't a good sign.
It's a pheromone they release, I guess, when it tells the whole hive to attack. There's a lot of honey stuff on there.
So you diagonally put this on. And then you turn it to the side so you don't squish any bees. And unfortunately you do squish bees putting things back together. And there's a few up here. Those are definitely the one that I got. All right.
Well, we're down to 3 viewers.
Uh-oh.
That's not good.
Ernest went and looked at a tractor show.
Alright, so then we're going to come down here to the big one.
Oh, did I put apple more strip in there?
No, you didn't. Here, we got to do that still.
Back up. Not as happy with Tom.
There's a yellow jacket flying around now.
They gotta eat. Down to the big one. This first will take the actually. Take that for this one. A little puff of smoke.
I noticed on this hive there's more than one entrance. There's a crack in the corner there.
And here they're going in.
Yeah, they're going in there pretty good. They've been doing that all summer. I figured they would plug that up, but they didn't.
So this hive's now 2 years old.
And I think it's
Second
closer to
season.
3.
3.
I think it's
Is it
3
the
years
one
old
from
now.
Delta?
This is this hive has survived the longest of any of them. It was when we did our first thing, when they were over there in the woods originally, and then we moved them over to here.
You got this at Deldot, I think, right?
I think this is a Deldot hive, yeah. And actually, I think there were no swarms this year at Deldot.
Only one bee in the box up top, and a spider.
We had, last year they didn't use the top box
Yeah,
that much.
I switched them around to see if I could get them to go. And I know one has definitely honey in it, the other one, whether it does or not, we'll see. And there's a hive moth, I'll kill that, wax moth. Oh, we got some bees. We got some beetles. They have them corralled in the corner. It's the way they know to keep them under wraps.
There's 3 hives here now. We got a question in the comments. We're down we had 4. I had 4. Well, the one that didn't make it with the hive beetles this year was another big hive that was 2 years old. But for some reason, it ended up collapsing on me and got moth.
And generally, if you get wax moths, they get the hive early, you have an issue with the hive. Something else is wrong with the queen's.
Well, I want to say that was the one that we
the queen's a
split.
bad layer.
Well, queen was a layer. Well, I don't know. I think that was the one we split.
This one was just split in the summer or the early summer.
That looks like a good bit of honey. Yeah.
There's honey in this. So
What's the other side look like? Not quite as much, but that's an outside panel. They
that
usually
one's got honey. So let's spray that thing again and see if we can force them down.
see if we can force them down. I don't think you can see it too well with the camera, but you can see this one here. That's capped honey in there.
Who's all in? Ernest?
We're at 7 people.
Then you can't see.
I can't see
So they're not commenting.
only the people that comment I can see, but it gives me a number on the top that says 7 people and 6 likes.
Everybody put a comment in, please.
And now we're down to 6. So it must be people finding it and jumping out when they see what it is.
Huh. So we leave this on for a few minutes to see if force them down. Them riding home in the back of the truck kind of aerates them, and most of them are gone time to get back to the house. So now I've seen one guy spray the stuff on, whether he used Honey Bandit that smells good or the other stuff, Honey Robber that smells bad, and bees were actually coming out of the front of the box and like they were exiting. Here's some buzzing. Yeah, I had this one for it.
How much you reckon? 60?
It's heavy, but not that other one was heavier.
The other one was heavier.
This is the one I think I moved below, so this has honey, this is low. So we're not going to get 4 here, we're going to get 3. So a little bit less than what I expected. But then we really started the year with 2 hives. At my place I went down to 1 or 2, and here we 3 or 4.
We were at 4. We started.
So
we
have
started with
5
4.
coming in this spring. So we're at 11 right now.
But dry as this fall's been, I don't know how much stuff's been flowering this late.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot.
There's not a whole lot left right now.
It's got a little bit of weight. Not as heavy as that last one. Might be a little bit. This off for a second. There's a few bees.
Should be deer hunting, but it's 80 degrees outside, and I don't think I want to deal with a deer at 80 degrees.
There was a truck back at the reserve.
Yeah, I think muzzleloading's in today. Yeah.
Hopefully they see white out here.
Barb and Dave asked, what does that board do?
This board is a fume board. I explained it earlier, but you must have came in late. So basically you spray Honey Bandit on the felt underneath, which is a bad smell to them, even though it smells good to us like almonds. And it forces the bees down into the brood boxes below. So you have to deal with less bees. Let's see how many's in here now.
Yeah, that one glued pretty good too.
And you can see they're not all like coming out at us.
No, they're not being aggressive at all. This hive's always had pretty gentle bees in it.
So very little in here. One hand.
Yeah.
It might be a couple pounds, 5 pounds. So I can feel a little bit of weight in it, but not a lot.
And if you look down here below this queen excluder, I'll pick that up. There looks like there's a lot in there.
One in there, don't they?
They've got quite a bit in here. That looks fairly full.
Yeah.
I'll pop one out and take a look at it and see.
Now, basically, you lift up here, and that's probably 70, 80 pounds right there. So they should have some stores. They're usually in the bottom of the 2 with the brood, and then they move up as winter comes.
Yeah, that's why we're leaving those boxes we didn't take. We got a question that says, do you leave honey for them to get through the winter? Yes. That's why we're not going to take these boxes here so that they have enough.
So this one I'm going to take out because they actually shut the holes up with the oil, the trap. And it's got some in it. You see the light? Here, go towards the light.
See all the black bits at the bottom? Those are all hive beetles that drown in the
Coming
oil.
out actually. So, and they don't seem like a big deal with one, but one can lay 1,000 eggs, and those 1,000 eggs become little rice grain larvae that can just slime the hive in a matter of days.
So we want to remove them as many of them as we can, and that's what that trap's for. And the app guard strip he's going to put in there, I think you can see it. That is to deal with the mites. And then later on we'll treat the mites with a what's that stuff called?
OVA, oxalic acid vapors, with a machine which is heat. It's like vaping basically. So it basically is an acid that goes onto the surfaces. It affects the hive or the hive beetles a lot, but the bees really don't get too much out of it. It doesn't bother them. I'm going to do 2 in this because it's a double. I don't want to break the seam of the lower one because it's in full. So even though we're not seeing much hive beetles in here now, the traps probably did what they were supposed to do. Oh, oops.
Spilled a little. The wood will soak that up. That wasn't much spilled.
It's on an angle. I won't do too much. Let's do one of these strips. And they'll walk over this. This has, this is a synthetic that they deal with, and it helps knock down the mites. Alright, so this is coming off.
They're called what? Veromites?
Verona.
Verona mites.
Verona destructor. What do you think? Pop that box apart, see what's at the bottom, if there's money.
Do you want to open it up?
Don't seem like a lot, but they're here, so they've come up some. They're in here. No, let's not break the seal. They got it fertilized together for winter. All right, so let's see.
Well, we've been live for almost 40 minutes now.
All right, put that on. Put the top on. No hive beetle. Put the weights back on so the bears that Delaware had a year or 2 ago don't
Yeah.
get it.
We got to worry about Delaware.
Delaware.
Yeah.
Come on. And that is it. And then extracting starts sometime this week.
So can you explain what the extraction process is to the folks? What we doing?
Well, now they have a radial spinner, which is motorized, which helps. Where before it was hand crank, and then before that they did a crush and strain method through a strainer, which allowed the honey to flow through and the bee parts to stay behind. So basically you cut the cappings off each frame, you take and put it in the extractor, spin it at high speed, and it flings out the honey into the bottom, and then you gather it in a bucket. And it's sieved, but it's not really filtered very fine, so you still get particles of pollen and the good stuff for you. And it,
Kind of looks like an old ringer washer without the ringers on the top.
Propolis I'll take for what you thought. You wanted some. There's some on that thing too. The oil's all going in it. Didn't even run out. I think that's everything. Look at that path they made up there on that board going in.
Mm-hmm. Is that a drone or is that... Yeah, there's a drone getting kicked out. You got to be... No, I'm going to fix the angle. Got to drug them on the ground and pulled them out of the hive. Threw them out.
Poor guys.
They're kicking them out for the year. They're done.
Yep.
Their job's done, so they get booted for the winter.
Yep. You can make more in the spring.
Let me set the tripod thing down here. And you can watch the bees try and scavenge some honey before we go. While I get my bee suit off, even though that last hive we really didn't even need a bee suit. Does anybody have any questions before we close out and head home? I think there's 5 or 7 people in the live stream. I think we're going to go to at least 45 minutes here. When can I expect my jar? I don't know. I don't. You got to talk to to him. He's the one selling them. I just help. How many pounds did you get? Well, we ain't weighed him, but he said it was probably, what, that one was 60, so right around 100 maybe. So we got some questions in the chat. Red Ironman said, when can I expect my jar?
It's not a good year, the economy and all,
Yeah.
the weather, so we're not sure how much. We have some.
So how much do you think is here? About 100 pounds or so? 60, 30, 40?
I'm hoping there's 100 there.
Probably a little less than 100. Oh,
70.
oh, she just got me on the face.
Got your eyebrow.
Yeah, she got me on the eyebrow. She wasn't happy with me. That's not going to be good. I got the stinger out, though.
Oh, that's a plus.
That was weird. Nothing bothered me the whole time, and she come over and nailed me on the eyebrow. Got another one.
Must be the red.
Maybe it's the red hair. More of them's coming after me now.
Well, let's get them fumigated by a drive somewhere, and then that'll help cut down them. We can stand back away from them.
Stand back away from it and answer the questions. But yeah, I just got tagged on the eyebrow.
So it looks like somebody, Wally.
It's gonna look like my wife actually beats me.
She wouldn't do that.
Sure she would.
My daughter wouldn't do that.
Yeah, that was she wasn't very happy with me. I got the stinger, the pouch out, so it shouldn't be too bad. Red hair is a target. Yes, it is. I had my bee suit on. They didn't bother me at all.
The orange shirt ain't something to go after?
I don't know. You would think it would be. I didn't even hear her bump me. She just flew right up and tagged me. Usually they give you a warning. They'll bump you a couple times and you'll hear them buzz you.
There ain't a lot in there.
Ernest says I didn't screen grab that. Well, good.
There you go. That's
I don't think I've been stung once this year. Here I'm on the if I hadn't been on the live stream, I wouldn't got stung.
That one's doing good. That one's doing good. It needs to be a little bit stronger. But they're producing good there. That was that heavy box.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they're producers, the swarms, and sometimes you don't get anything out of it. So you never know. Last year it was, this year it's probably 8 boxes. Last year it was, I think, 12 or 14 boxes.
Yeah, it's starting to swell up a little bit.
That looked like a drone. Let's see. That one flying in there. Can you put it on slow motion and live?
I don't know if I can on this. Let's see. No, it just gives me filters. And no, don't give me any of that.
No.
I don't think so. Don't know, never done this before. Yes, yeah, Red Ironman, it got me good. My eyebrows swelled up. Thankfully, I'm not allergic. And I've been stung quite a few times over the last few years, so. Well, I guess we're going to hit the road, and hopefully when I get moving down the road, it'll blow these out and they'll head right home, if they're lucky.
Later.
Alrighty, one last look at the hives. We're going to sign off here in a second. Are there any other questions before we go? It don't look like it. We've almost been streaming for almost 50 minutes now.
So the clover disappeared. This was all clover out here in the spring.
Yeah, this time of year,
Right.
and it's been so dry. All you're going to have left is foxtails and stuff. But usually there's something growing here that they can get a hold of for pollen and for nectar. We logged this out 2 years ago, last year or 2 years ago, and opened it up a good bit in here. So there should be more stuff for them to use.
Some of the hollow trees, I think, were taken, whether there were bees in it that came to swarms. Although it could be the guy up the road, we got his swarm.
It could be. Alrighty. Red Ironman said they're in my pumpkins, so obviously they're pollinating your pumpkins. So I can expect some pumpkins for my bees. I mean, they did pollinate them for you, so.
They don't open them up and throw pumpkins at them. Do this at the house. Clean it up outside.
Now let's see how bad my sting looks. You can see it with my hat on.
Reverse.
Oh yeah, it's nice and red right there. She got me pretty good. Red Ironman says it's been so dry. Yes, it has been dry. And in my other videos, you saw me drill in some pasture mix, and none of that's germinated yet because it hasn't rained. We need rain here bad.
They got it in the middle of blower.
Neanderthal looking. I would think I would look more like an orangutan than a Neanderthal, but whatever.
Oh, shoot.
I'll walk by the hives one more time before we leave. So I'll post a video of stuff we did today later on. And we'll do a video of spinning the honey out. And Red Ironman says Charlotte wants to see the honeycomb. Well, I don't know how well you can see it in the box. And I don't know if I want to take any out right now with them still buzzing on it. But you can see a piece of comb there on top, sitting on top of the box. Here, let me put your camera right down on it. Can you see the comb in there?
That's the tags again.
Alrighty folks, well, we're going to sign off and I'm going to head home and hopefully my face doesn't swell up. And hopefully all these bees get out in the first few feet of 50 miles an hour and blows them right out, and then they just come right back. So we're going to sign off if I can figure out how to do that, because I've never done a live stream before. So, see y'all later.